party!
Welcome to the ultimate rundown of the top 30 run-and-gun games of PlayStation 4. This episode doesn't feature any ordinary list of games, but is almost a celebration of the most thumb-numbing and downright awesome shooters that have graced the PS4. If you're here, you could be a fan of nostalgic games, or perhaps you're craving that sleek, modern intensity of today's titles. Either way, we've got something for every trigger-happy gamer. So, without any further ado, let's get ready to go through the best run-and-gun game experiences that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. From timeless classics to hidden gems, we've got all the top-tier stuff to go through. Let's get into it.
You want me to avoid Contra? No, you cannot!
Contra Operation Gallagher. If you're itching for some adrenaline rush and alien blasting action, well, Contra Operation Gallagher is the game you need. This reimagined classic takes you back to the Gallagher archipelago in the year 26XX AD, where a meteor shower and the nefarious Red Falcon terrorist group have turned paradise into a battlefield. With the Earth Federation forces down, it's up to elite soldiers Bill Reiser and Lance Bean to save the day. Operation Gallagher nails it with its modern graphics and upgraded mechanics. It's a 2.5D run-and-gun platformer that combines the charm of the original Contra with today's tech. You've got your favourite weapons back, the spread gun, laser, flamethrower and homing gun, but now with stackable upgrades and a cool new overload system for special attacks. Whether you're playing solo or teaming up in story mode or arcade mode, the game's got you covered with intense action across 8 thrilling stages. Operation Gallagher stands out in the run-and-gun genre because of how it respects its roots while introducing fresh elements like a health bar, physical abilities like dashing, double jumping, sliding, and a perk shop for character upgrades. The variety in gameplay modes and difficulty settings also plays a part so that both veterans and newcomers will find their groove. All in all, an electrifying experience that honors the legacy of Contra while pushing it into the future. Valfaris. Get ready for a metal-fueled, action-packed journey with Valfaris. This 2D action platformer, developed by Steel Mantis and published by Big Sugar, takes you into the chaos of Valfaris alongside the fearless warrior Therion. When he returns home to find his world overrun by demonic forces, it's up to him to uncover the truth and take down his enemies, including his own father. The gameplay in Valfaris is simply rock solid. You control Therion, armed with a sword, a plasma pistol, a heavy gun, and a shield. The pistol fires in 8 directions, while the heavy gun and shield drain your energy meter, which you can refill by killing enemies or looting caches. The shield can also reflect projectiles if timed right. Upgrading your weapons at shrines using blood metal makes them even more deadly. Resurrection idols act as both checkpoints and a way to boost your health and energy if you save enough. Valfaris stands tall as one of the top run-and-gun games thanks to its relentless action, heavy metal soundtrack by Kurt Victor Bryant, and jaw-dropping visuals. You get platforming elements with modern upgrades and brutal enemies that keep the adrenaline high and the gameplay fresh as new. With various difficulty levels and iconic boss fights, Valfaris gives you a wild, satisfying ride that's hard to put down. Mighty Goose. In this next one, you get to prepare for a wild ride across the galaxy. Mighty Goose is this run-and-gun extravaganza that's developed by Blast Mode and published by Playism. This one puts you in the webbed feet of Mighty Goose, a bounty hunter on a mission to take down the sinister Void King. In terms of gameplay, we get absolute chaos and heavy requirement of strategy as we move forward in the game. You'll start each level with an arm cannon that can quickly upgrade to a variety of special weapons like machine guns, shotguns, rocket launchers, and Tesla coils. Ammo is limited, so you'll need to be smart about when and where you use your firepower. The Mighty Meter builds up as you blast through enemies, and once full, it turns Mighty Goose into an invincible damage-dealing machine. Local co-op mode adds a layer of fun, letting you team up with a friend or an AI companion to tackle the Void King's minions together. The way you get explosive action in the game deserves all the praise. The fun goes beyond imagination with strategic weapon use and charming pixel art. The game's fast-paced combat is reminiscent of classics like Metal Slug, but with a quirky tale which sets it apart. The ability to revisit levels for better performance and higher ranking adds more replay value and is one of the reasons you'll keep going back. Escape from Terror City. This next one gives us an out-of-this-world experience. Escape from Terror City is another arcade-style 3D run-and-gun game that takes you into the heart of the action in the mining colony of Terroir. When the Argus Empire invades, blocking the distress signals, you volunteer to take down their jamming base. With mechanized Argus forces swarming the city, it's up to you to clear the way and save the day. It offers both old-school charm and modernity in its gameplay. It's like stepping into a time machine that brings you the best of both worlds. The game feels reminiscent of titles like Mega Man Legends and Sunset Riders, with its chunky visuals, colourful environments and big dodgeable bullets. You start each level with an arm cannon, but can pick up powerful special weapons like machine guns, shotguns, rocket launchers and Tesla coils. The mighty meter fills up as you blast through enemies, granting invincibility and increased damage when full. With dodge rolls and hovering abilities, every moment is packed with thrilling action. It's a game that doesn't waste your time with unnecessary fluff like RPG elements or complex plots. Instead, it delivers pure, unadulterated shooting action every second of gameplay. The game's hard mode cranks up the challenge, making each level a true test of skill without becoming frustrating. With its satisfying core loop and relentless focus on action, Escape from Terror City is a nostalgic yet fresh experience that's gonna have you coming back for more. Bleed 2. Are you also craving some wild non-stop action? Well, Bleed 2 is gonna quench your thirst. This game picks up the chaotic adventures of Rin, a girl who's set on becoming the biggest gaming icon by taking out all the other stars. With a cheerful yet deadly attitude, Rin blasts through enemies in a quest filled with exhilarating boss battles. Coming to the gameplay, you control Rin, who's armed with dual pistols and a samurai sword that can reflect enemy projectiles. The game's smooth controls let you perform triple jumps, dodge rolls and even slow down time to dodge bullets. Boss fights are the main event here, each one unique and demanding different strategies to beat. You'll also find a taunt button that lets Rin celebrate her victories in style. This is one of the top in its genre because of the satisfying gameplay which stays consistent from start to finish. With multiple challenges, tough levels and extra modes like the Endless mode, there's plenty to keep you absolutely glued to your chair. Despite its short length, Bleed 2 doesn't run short with its thrilling moments that'll leave you wanting more. If you're a fan of classic shooters with a modern look, well, Bleed 2 is a must-play. Mercenary Kings Reloaded Edition. Buckle up for this next one, gamers, because Mercenary Kings Reloaded Edition delivers some serious action. Set on the island of Terroir, you play as a member of the Mercenary Kings, the most skilled team of warriors for hire on Earth. When the sinister forces of Claw take over a top-secret laboratory, it's up to you to save the day. This one gives you classic run-and-gun mechanics and surprises with new and fresh avatar. You start with basic weapons but can collect materials during missions to craft and upgrade your arsenal. The game offers a wide range of customization, from improving gun power and reload speed to wielding quirky weapons like a trombone gun or a toilet gun. The controls are smooth and responsive, making platforming and shooting a joy. Missions range from eliminating enemies to rescuing hostages, keeping the action varied and engaging. The hand-drawn artwork is stunning, reminiscent of the beloved Metal Slug series, with beautifully animated characters and environments. The crafting system adds more details, allowing players for endless customization and strategy. Whether you're playing solo or with friends in co-op mode, this edition presents a refreshing experience. Contra Anniversary Collection. Contra Anniversary Collection was released on June 11, 2019 and brings together 10 classic titles from the iconic Contra franchise, celebrating Konami's 50th anniversary. Available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC Steam and Nintendo Switch, it's a must-have for fans of old-school run-and-gun action. The collection includes several features that enhance the original games, like multiple difficulty options: easy, normal, hard, very hard, turbo fire mode, and the ability to switch between 50Hz and 60Hz speed modes for European title. You can also save and load your game with quick save, quick load states and enjoy various display settings, from original to perfect to 16:9 with scan lines. Each game retains the tight, challenging gameplay that made Contra famous, while these modern updates make the experience smoother and more accessible. This is one of the top run-and-gun game compilations in its dedication to preserving the essence of the original titles, while adding features that cater to contemporary gamers. The collection includes fan favorites like Contra, Super Contra, and Operation C, each retaining its intense, fast-paced action and cooperative play. The addition of achievements, trophies, except on Switch, and a bonus ebook filled with behind-the-scenes insights and developer interviews add even more value. Whether you're a long-time fan or new to the series, this collection offers a thrilling journey through one of the most beloved franchises in gaming history. Cuphead. Ready for a trip down memory lane with a modern hint? Well, Cuphead is another game which delivers a visually captivating and intensely challenging run-and-gun experience. In this 2017 game from studio MDHR, you follow Cuphead and his brother Mugman as they make a deal with the devil to repay their casino losses by collecting soul contracts from runaway debtors. The journey through Inkwell Isle is packed with colourful characters and treacherous battles. The gameplay in Cuphead is all about mastering boss fights and going through tricky run-and-gun levels. Each world is packed with super cool hand-drawn bosses that demand different strategies to defeat each time. You'll equip Cuphead and Mugman with various weapons and special abilities, which you can buy from Porcrine's Emporium using coins found in levels. The game's standout mechanics include the parry system, allowing you to build your super meter by slapping pink objects, and the super arts, which unleash powerful attacks when fully charged. With infinite lives and local co-op play, you can keep trying until you conquer each challenge. What makes this game so good is its incredible attention to detail and relentless action. The art style really gives you an unforgettable aesthetic, while the gameplay's difficulty curve ensures a rewarding experience for those who stick with it. Cuphead's been praised for its tight controls, creative boss designs, and the exhilarating feeling of finally beating a tough level. With its DLC, The Delicious Last Course, adding even more content, Cuphead continues to be a must-play for fans of beautifully crafted games that could give you a hell of a challenge. Ruiner. If neon-soaked streets and cyberpunk stuff spikes joy in your heart, you're gonna absolutely fall in love with Ruiner. This one's a cyberpunk twin-stick shooter that's all about fast-paced action and gritty visuals. Developed by Raycon Games and published by Devolver Digital, Ruiner drops you into a dystopian future where you must rescue your kidnapped brother from the clutches of the evil conglomerate known as Heaven. Speaking of the gameplay now, it's a top-down shoot-'em-up set in 2091. You play as a silent masked protagonist dubbed Puppy, guided by a mysterious hacker named Hare. Armed with an array of futuristic weapons and abilities, you'll fight your way through waves of enemies, take down powerful bosses, and hack your way to victory. The combat's intense and satisfying, with a mix of melee and ranged attacks that keep you on your toes. Ruiner really stands out as one of the top run-and-gun games thanks to its sharp gameplay and striking presentation. The game gives you the best elements of classic shoot-'em-ups with modern-day design and challenging enemies that keep you engaged throughout the game. The story is also filled with so many twists and turns that it's bound to keep you invested in Puppy's quest. If you're looking for a high-octane experience, look no further. Broforce. This one's a game where you can really flex those gaming muscles of yours. We're talking about Broforce, another side-scrolling run-and-gun platformer which is developed by Free Lives. This game lets you play as a hyper-masculine action hero, or bro, inspired by classic action movie icons like John Rambo and Ellen Ripley. Your mission is to rescue your fellow bros and blow up everything in sight with insanely destructible environments. Broforce is all about chaotic, explosive fun. You'll control a randomly assigned bro, each with unique weapons and abilities that pay homage to their movie counterparts. Whether you're wielding a flamethrower as Ellen Ripley or whipping enemies as Indiana Jones, the action is fast and furious. The levels end in spectacular fashion, defeat the devil boss, raise the American flag, and escape by helicopter as everything around you explodes. The game's destructible environments add an extra layer of strategy and chaos, as your gunfire and explosions can reshape the battlefield in an instant. This game's super famous for its relentless action, humor, and nostalgic nods to action cinema. The destructible environments are not just a gimmick, they add more detail and unpredictability to each level. With its over-the-top action and charmingly silly premise, Broforce is a fun one to play solo or with friends. Or, should we say, with your bros. Metal Slug Anthology. Next up, we have Metal Slug Anthology. This collection brings together 7 of the most iconic run-and-gun games, celebrating the 10th anniversary of this arcade classic. Set in a futuristic 2026, the game follows the ongoing battle between the regular army and the rebellion. The regular army, armed with their powerful Metal Slug tanks, must recapture or destroy these tanks that have fallen into the hands of the rebellion. You play as various characters, each with unique traits on a mission to save the world. The gameplay is all about running, gunning, and blowing things up. Each game in the anthology offers side-scrolling action where you move from left to right, shooting enemies, rescuing POWs, and battling massive bosses. The environments are fully destructible, adding an extra layer of chaos to the experience. Weapons range from basic guns to flamethrowers, missile launchers, and even melee attacks. You can also jump into various vehicles like tanks and submarines to wreak even more havoc. The hand-drawn visuals are stunning, making every explosion and character movement a visual feast. This collection's a must-play for anyone who loves classic arcade shooters, offering both nostalgia and timeless fun. Gunlord X. Gunlord X is your ticket to an exhilarating run-and-gun adventure. This game, a mind-blowing addition to the classic Turrican series, brings the action-packed gameplay of the 90s to your modern console with some fantastic updates. In this game, you step into the shoes of Gordian Gaiden on a mission to rescue his wife Vanessa from the clutches of an evil overlord known as the Master on planet Kairos 2. Set after the events of Last Hope, Vanessa went missing after a great victory, and now Gordian must navigate through dangerous terrains and face enemies to bring her back. This one mixes frantic shooting and exploration of Turrican and gives you just that with more modern enhancements. Across 11 expansive stages, you'll ride through hordes of enemies, uncover secret areas and solve puzzles. The game emphasizes exploration, encouraging you to venture off the beaten path to find hidden gems and power-ups. The game also features shoot-'em-up segments and auto-scrolling stages, adding quite the variety to the gameplay. The levels are meticulously designed, which gives you both challenging combat and rewarding exploration. The game's visual and audio presentation is superb, capturing the essence of classic Eurocentric platformers while adding a fresh polish. Despite some minor issues like enemies blending into backgrounds, the overall experience is smooth and engaging. Blazing Chrome. Next up, we have Blazing Chrome here to scratch that retro run-and-gun itch. Developed by Joy Masher and published by the Arcade Crew, this game takes you to the post-apocalyptic future of 21XX, where a deadly robot army has nearly wiped out humanity. You join the resistance as either Mavra, a tough human soldier, or Doyle to fight back and save the remnants of mankind. Coming to the gameplay now, you get to explore through 6 intense levels filled with relentless robotic enemies and difficult boss battles. You start each level with a trusty machine gun, but can pick up powerful weapons like a grenade launcher, energy whip, and particle cannon. The game supports single-player and local co-op, so you can team up with a friend for double the chaos. To add more strategic detail, you can collect assist robots that boost your attacks, defense or speed, and even grant you the ability to double jump. It really nails the retro run-and-gun formula with its challenging gameplay, tight controls and vibrant 16-bit style graphics. Each level is a gauntlet of non-stop action that'll test your reflexes and strategy. The homage to classic games is clear, but Blazing Chrome also brings its own fresh energy to the genre. While the game's difficulty can be brutal, the satisfaction of overcoming its challenges is immensely rewarding. If you're a fan of the classics, Blazing Chrome is a must-play. Super Time Force Ultra. Super Time Force is another side-scrolling action shooter from Capybara Games that throws you into the wildest missions across history. Let's see how the story goes. Commander Rapitsky leads the Super Time Force, a military squad that hops through time to fix the present by tackling trouble in the past and future. You'll find yourself in prehistoric eras, medieval times, and even the far future, battling enemies to make the world a better place. It's time travel chaos at its best. This one's a run-and-gun game where you have 30 lives to clear each bullet hell level. When you die, you can rewind time and try again, creating a ghost version of your previous attempt to fight alongside you. With over 16 different characters, each with unique weapons and abilities, you'll need to strategize and use time manipulation to overcome the odds. Collecting items like clocks, shards, and globes will help you unlock new characters and extend your lives, adding layers of strategy to the frantic action. The game's presentation of absolute chaos and tactical details are super satisfying and add better elements to the action. If you love retro shooters, Super Time Force is a must-play that gives you endless replayability. Not a Hero. Not a Hero offers you a politically charged, bullet-fueled mayhem which has brought its quirky action to a wide audience. In the game, you meet Bunny Lord, an anthropomorphic purple rabbit from the future who's come back to 2048 to run for mayor and save the world from destruction and alien invasion. To clean up the city and win the hearts of voters, Bunny Lord hires a team of freelance anti-heroes to tackle crime head-on. Your mission here is to help Bunny Lord prove his worth by taking down criminals, rescuing hostages and obliterating drug operations. You get a lot of fast-paced, cover-based shooting with a stylish artistic presentation. You can choose from 9 unique protagonists, each with their own weapons and abilities. You'll blast through enemies with your primary weapon, upgrade it with various power-ups, and pick up crazy special weapons like deployable turrets and exploding cats. The game's slide mechanic lets you take cover, tackle enemies, and execute them with flair. Objectives vary from level to level, keeping the action fresh and exciting. while dynamic events like SWAT team attacks and helicopter gunships add an extra layer of chaos. The cover-based mechanics and diverse cast of characters offer a new take on traditional side-scrolling shooters. Critics have praised it for its super engaging gameplay and the hilariously absurd storyline. All in all, a must-play for everyone to enjoy. Mother Russia Bleeds. This next game takes you to the blood-soaked streets of an alternate 1980s Soviet Union. We're talking about Mother Russia Bleeds. Developed by Le Cartel Studio and published by Devolver Digital, this intense beat-em-up game was released on September 5, 2016. In the game, you play as one of 4 Rusko-Romani street fighters, Sergei, Natasha, Ivan, and Boris, who were kidnapped by government forces and used as test subjects for a new, highly addictive drug called Necro. After escaping from a nightmarish underground lab, they find themselves in a world where the Soviet government and the Russian mafia are working together to spread Necro. Driven by revenge and the need to free themselves from their addiction, the gang battles through hordes of enemies to take down the corrupt regime and the mafia, culminating in a brutal showdown with the government leader. This game's a love letter to classic beat-em-ups like Streets of Rage and Double Dragon. You'll fight through side-scrolling levels using an array of weapons, from guns to melee objects or just your bare fists. You can play solo or with up to 4 players in local co-op mode areas across various game modes, including the classic arcade campaign, survival, and boss rush. Various events and multiple game modes provide plenty of replay value, making sure that each playthrough feels new and super challenging.
Don't be afraid. She just wants to say hello. Afraid of snakes? Oh.
Hunt Down. Hunt Down is a 2020 run-and-gun game that was developed by Easy Trigger and quickly became a standout title in the genre. You get to experience a future where corporations rule and crime runs rampant. Hunt Down thrusts you into the role of a badass bounty hunter. You can choose from 3 characters: Anaconda, a fierce human mercenary; John Sawyer, a grizzled 148-year-old cyborg; and Mo Man, a deadly robot droid. Hired by the mysterious wolf mother of the Shimamoto Corporation, your mission is to eliminate the leaders of 4 vicious street gangs and bring order to the chaotic streets. But as the story unfolds, you discover that your employer has some deadly plans for you too. Enemies here are coming at you with basically everything from hockey sticks to motorcycles, which you can pick up and use. You'll face off against the strongest bosses at the end of each level, requiring strategy and skill to defeat. The game gives you primary and secondary weapons, along with throwable items like grenades and molotovs too. You'll need to go through treacherous environments, avoiding pitfalls and collecting health kits to stay alive. The game's checkpoint system ensures you can keep pushing forward, but mastering levels without dying boosts your final score. The pixel art graphics are vibrant and detailed, capturing the gritty atmosphere perfectly. If you're looking for a game that combines fast-paced action with a compelling storyline, Hunt Down is a must-play. Rogue Stormers. Next on the list is our diesel-fueled action game Rogue Stormers, originally known as Diesel Stormers. This fantasy action game by Black Forest Games has had a tumultuous development journey, but emerged as a must-play run-and-gun title. Released after years of development and crowdfunding challenges, Rogue Stormers gives us an old-school platforming vibe with modern multiplayer madness. Set in the steampunk city of Ravensdale, Rogue Stormers follows a band of heroes fighting to reclaim their city from hordes of orcs and goblins. The game's lore is rich with fantasy elements, putting you in the shoes of tough-as-nails warriors ready to take back their home from evil forces. You can team up with friends in both online and local co-op modes, or go solo if you're feeling brave. The game offers a vast range of characters, each with customizable weapons that you can tweak to fit your playstyle. The levels are procedurally generated, ensuring that each run is unique and filled with unpredictable challenges. Critics have praised its engaging multiplayer mode, varied enemies, and satisfying crafting system. My Friend Pedro. Oh, you're gonna love this one. Here we have My Friend Pedro, a game that gives it all, from gunplay, parkour, and a talking banana into one explosive package. The story kicks off with a masked protagonist waking up in a butcher shop owned by a shady arms dealer named Mitch. Guided by Pedro, a sentient banana with a knack for giving lethal advice, you're set on a mission to eliminate Mitch and his nefarious cohorts. As you cut through the levels, it's revealed that Mitch, along with other targets Denny and Ophelia, are actually the protagonist's own family members. Pedro divulges that the protagonist despised their criminal ways but couldn't kill them directly, so he erased his own memory to carry out the grim task guilt-free. The final twist? The protagonist was Pedro all along, with the banana being a fragment of his fractured psyche. My Friend Pedro is all about stylish over-the-top action. You'll traverse a variety of themed levels, pulling off stunts that'd make John Wick jealous. With mechanics like slowing down time, dual-wielding guns and dodging bullets by spinning, you can take out enemies with flair. Parkour elements like flips, wall jumps and rolls let your chain moves together for maximum points. The game also introduces creative ways to dispatch foes, such as ricocheting bullets off frying pans and signs. Every hit and kill boosts your score, and each level ends with a rank shared on global leaderboards. With quirky story and unparalleled action, this is something you should definitely get your hands on. Dead Cells. Dead Cells is a Metroidvania-inspired game that's as tough as it is addictive. In this game, you play as a reanimated corpse trying to escape from an ever-challenging cursed island. Immortal, yet crippled, your only means of survival is to take over new bodies each time your current host is destroyed. With no memory of your past and a burning desire to uncover the secrets of the island, you must fight, explore, and die repeatedly to progress. It gives you that sprawling, interconnected world with branching paths and unlockable skills. The combat's fast-paced and brutal, requiring precise timing and strategy. You'll encounter difficult enemies and deadly traps, but with responsive controls and the all-important emergency panic roll, you'll have just what you need to survive. Barely. Each run is new thanks to procedurally generated levels, and while there are no checkpoints, you do retain some progress like new abilities, weapons, and access to previously locked areas. It really stands out in the crowded field of run-and-gun games and its perfect presentation of challenging, fair combat and rewarding progression. The adrenaline-pumping action keeps you on your toes, and the thrill of unlocking new paths and abilities ensures that no two runs feel the same. Nex Machina. Nex Machina is developed by Housemarque with arcade legend Eugene Jarvis. This twin-stick shooter game is a statement title to classic arcade games, ramped up with modern flair. Here, you're thrust into a futuristic world where humanity is on the brink of annihilation, besieged by a relentless robotic army. Your mission is simple: blast through a bunch of enemies, save as many humans as you can, and bring down the mechanical menace. The storyline may not be deep, but it's the perfect backdrop for the intense action. The game's top-down perspective gives you a clear view of the chaos, which is essential because you'll need quick reflexes to dodge bullets and pick up power-ups. Weapon upgrades and special abilities are scattered throughout the levels, giving you an edge against increasingly tougher foes. The game's voxel-based destruction is a sight to behold. Every enemy you defeat explodes into a satisfying shower of pixels, adding to the visual spectacle. The controls are tight and responsive, ensuring that every move and shot feels just right. The collaboration with Eugene Jarvis, known for classics like Defender and Robotron 2084, brings a touch of authenticity and depth to the gameplay. Whether you're a fan of classic shooters or new to the genre, Nex Machina offers a thrilling challenge that keeps you coming back for more. It's a must-play for anyone who loves fast-paced action and beautifully chaotic visuals. Enter the Gungeon. In this next one, you'll dodge, roll, and shoot your way through a world where bullets are both your friends and enemies. Developed by Dodge Roll and published by Devolver Digital, this 2016 bullet hell roguelike game will test your reflexes and strategy skills. Set in a gun-themed dungeon known as the Gungeon, this game has you playing as one of the 4 unique Gungeoneers, each with a single goal: to find a legendary gun that can kill the past. In this game, you take control of one of 4 characters: the Marine, Convict, Hunter, or Pilot, each seeking to rewrite their own history. Crash landing on a planet with the mythical Gungeon, they delve into its depths to find the past-altering weapon. Along the way, they face a myriad of challenges and must confront their own dark histories to change their fates. You'll navigate through procedurally generated rooms filled with gun-dead, bullet-shaped enemies ready to take you down. Each Gungeoneer starts with unique items and weapons, but all can shoot, dodge, and take cover behind upturned tables. The game thrives with its vast arsenal of guns ranging from conventional pistols to bizarre weapons like a unicorn horn that shoots rainbows or a mailbox that fires letters. As you progress, you'll collect bullet casings and keys to purchase new weapons and unlock chests. Combat's intense, requiring you to memorize enemy patterns and use dodge rolls effectively to avoid damage. With a permadeath system in place, each playthrough is a fresh challenge. Dying means losing all your items and starting from scratch, but persistent progression allows you to unlock new items and characters, keeping the game constantly rewarding. This one's applauded for its creativity, design, and the exhilarating difficulty that keeps players coming back for more. Cuphead, The Delicious Last Course. Hold on to your hats because Cuphead, The Delicious Last Course delivers a fresh dose of chaotic run-and-gun action. This DLC for the original Cuphead game brings a whole new level of excitement with a new playable character, Miss Chalice, and a cast of new bosses, weapons, and challenges. The adventure kicks off with Cuphead and Mugman being called upon by the legendary Chalice, now needing their help. She's got a plan to bring herself back to life permanently with the help of a magical Wonder Tart, crafted by the charming yet mysterious Chef Saltbaker. But to get the ingredients, our heroes must travel across a new island and face off against challenging new bosses. As the plot thickens, it turns out Chef Saltbaker isn't as friendly as he seems, revealing a sinister twist that leads to an epic showdown in his bakery. Can Cuphead, Mugman, and Miss Chalice save the day? Coming to the gameplay, this one sticks to the beloved run-and-gun formula but spices things up with Miss Chalice as a playable character. She brings new abilities like double jumps, parry dashes, and invincible rolls, making her a game-changer. You'll tackle new levels and bosses that are even more elaborate and challenging than before. Whether you're dodging projectiles or figuring out the best way to tackle a boss, every moment's filled with action that straight up gives you a series of goosebumps.
Rive is available now on PlayStation 4 and
Reeve. This one's hella exciting. Let's talk about Reeve, which is a game developed by two tribes. This game marks their triumphant return after a long hiatus, and it's packed with explosive action and high-energy gameplay. In the game, you take control of Roughshot, a gruff space scavenger trapped in a mysterious starship filled with hostile robots. Your mission's simple: blast your way through waves of enemies, hack into the systems, and find a way out of this mechanical maze. Experience a story filled with humor and unexpected twists. You'll uncover secrets and face off against dreadful bosses. Speaking of the gameplay, you'll shoot your way through intricately designed levels, all while hacking into enemy robots to turn their abilities against them. The game's controls are tight and responsive, making every jump and shot feel precise. The mission system and high scores constantly keep encouraging you to perfect your runs and climb the leaderboards. The variety of different enemy types and environmental hazards keep each level fresh and challenging. The game's style is a treat for the eyes, with bright detailed environments and spectacular explosions that fill the screen. The challenge is real, but fair, pushing your skills to the limit without feeling frustrated. Bleed. Do you also love a colourful world filled with fast-paced chaos and action? Then Bleed should be one of your go-tos. It's a platformer that puts you in the shoes of a spunky girl named Rin, who dreams of becoming the ultimate video game hero. Developed by Boot Disc Revolution, this game offers an exhilarating blend of platforming and non-stop action that'll keep you on your toes from start to finish. Rin is a determined girl on a mission to become the greatest hero ever. To achieve this, she sets out to defeat the top heroes currently celebrated by the world. You'll guide Rin through 7 intense levels, each ending with a challenging boss battle. Her ultimate goal is to take down the greatest hero of all time, the Giant Dragon. But things take a surprising turn when an unnamed man steals her thunder and takes all the credit for her victories. Not one to back down, Rin breaks into the Hall of Heroes to set things right and earns her place as a true hero. You'll navigate Rin through levels packed with enemies and obstacles, using a variety of weapons that can be fired in any direction. The game's mechanics allow you to jump up to 3 times in midair, offering incredible mobility to dodge attacks and reach high platforms. One of the standout features is the ability to slow down time, helping you dodge difficult hazards and pull off stylish moves. Oh, and each boss fight here is super different and really puts your skills to the test, so the action and gameplay never get boring. Mercenary Kings. Mercenary Kings is another thrilling side-scrolling running game developed by Tribute Games. With its explosive action and deep customization, it's a standout in the genre, reminiscent of classic titles like Metal Slug. Here, you join the elite Mercenary Kings team, tasked with rescuing your comrades and taking down the evil organization Claw. Set on a sprawling island filled with hostile forces, your mission is to complete various objectives, from boss battles to hostage rescues. As you progress, you'll unravel the sinister plans of Claw and work to bring peace back to the island. Coming to the gameplay now. You can jump, crouch, roll and shoot in 4 directions while using a melee attack for close encounters. The game offers over 100 missions, each with different objectives and sprawling locations. Whether you're rescuing hostages, collecting items or battling giant bosses, there's always something exciting to do. The game thrives with its deep crafting system. Enemies drop loot that you can use to craft and customize your arsenal, from gun components that alter firing rate and magazine size to different ammo types that add elemental damage. You can tailor your weapons to suit your playstyle. Plus, the ability to craft knives, armor and mods adds another layer of strategy. And of course, you can team up with friends in local or online co-op, supporting up to 4 players. This makes for a chaotic and fun experience as you tackle missions together and strategize to take down tougher enemies. All in all, it really did a good job acquiring its place as one of the best run-and-gun games. Contra: Rogue Corps. Our next run-and-gun twin-stick shooter is just as intense as it is quirky. Developed by Toy Logic and published by Konami, this game brings a fresh yet familiar energy to the beloved Contra series. Set 2 years after the events of Contra 3, the Alien Wars, and Contra 4, Rogue Corps takes place in the nightmarish Damned City. The city, ravaged by the Alien Wars, is now a post-apocalyptic wasteland filled with strange artifacts and deadly tech. It drives most people insane, but not our heroes. You'll step into the boots of 4 unique characters: Kaiser, a cyborg from the Alien Wars, Miss Harakiri, an assassin with a parasitic alien buddy, the Gentleman, a cultured alien bug, and Hungry Beast, a giant cyborg panda with a scientific mind. These 4 Jaegers are humanity's last hope against the monstrous fiends emerging from the city's mysterious gate. It gives you a lot of different shooting styles, including side-scrolling, third-person, isometric, and top-down perspectives, keeping the action fresh and dynamic. You'll go through various types of enemies using dual analog sticks to aim and shoot, perfect for precision and chaos. The game offers a single-player story campaign and both online and local co-op multiplayer modes, supporting up to 4 players. You can also customize your arsenal with a main weapon and a sub-weapon, both of which have unlimited ammo but need to be managed carefully to avoid overheating. Between missions, upgrade and tweak your weapons to suit your playstyle. When things get really heated, clear the area with a massive bomb or unleash your character's unique special ability to turn the tide of battle. Guns, gore, and cannoli. Ready to roar 20s with guns, gore, and cannoli? Developed by Crazy Monkey Studios, this game gives you the thrill of survival horror with the charm of wise guy antics. You step into Thugtown, where prohibition is in full swing and the city is crawling with zombies. You play as Vinnie Cannoli, a tough mobster on a mission to find his lost pal in a city overrun by the undead. But it's not just zombies you have to worry about. Rival gangsters and government conspiracies add layers of intrigue and danger. As you blast your way through Thugtown, you'll uncover a dark tale of betrayal and vengeance, all set against the backdrop of the criminal underworld. You'll shoot, blast, and kick your way through hordes of enemies, using a variety of weapons that perfectly capture the Prohibition era. The game features beautifully hand-drawn 2D graphics and smooth as butter animations that bring the shady, atmospheric world of Thugtown to life. And with local co-op mode, you can team up with up to 4 friends to unravel the mystery together. The hand-drawn graphics and cinematic cutscenes really stood out and made the overall appearance to be very polished. From battling zombies or getting into a nasty rivalry with gangsters, this game delivers non-stop entertainment. Guns, gore, and cannoli too. Now let's check out the next release of this game. It's 1944 and the war in Europe is nearing its climax. 15 years after surviving the Thugtown massacre, Vinnie Cannoli is dragged back into the fray. As old enemies resurface and friends turn into foes, Vinnie must navigate the treacherous battlefields of Europe. Who's hunting Vinnie down, and why? The answers lie in the heart of the war-torn continent. This game builds on the fast-paced run-and-gun action of the original, adding even more mobility and firepower to Vinnie's arsenal. With new abilities like 360-degree aiming, double jumps, dodge rolls, and dual-wielding guns, the action is more intense than ever. The campaign mode offers both single-player and multiplayer options, filled with action, humor, and beautifully animated cutscenes. The game's rich in detail environments bring the 1940s to life, from European battlefields to speakeasy clubs. The detailed backgrounds and explosive special effects set a new standard for 2D games. You can also use the environment to your advantage by blowing up cars, collapsing walls, and launching enemies through doors. The upgraded mobility and variety of weapons keep the gameplay fresh and exciting. The period-accurate settings and detailed graphics enhance the experience. Super Cyborg. Last but not least, Super Cyborg is an old-school hardcore run-and-gun action game that brings back the glory days of arcade shooters. Developed by Arta Games, this game will test your reflexes and skills as you blast through hordes of alien enemies. Here, you play as an elite battle cyborg sent to investigate anomalies on a mysterious island. Scientists have accidentally awakened a powerful alien entity known as the Xerxal lifeform, and now humanity is in danger. Your mission is to destroy everything that moves on this island because if it moves, it kills. The story may be simple, but it's the perfect setup for non-stop action. Inspired by the classic Contra series, it features 360-degree shooting, allowing you to blast enemies from all directions. You'll face off against endless hordes of biological terrors across 7 levels, each packed with monstrous enemies and fierce boss fights. The game's mechanics are straightforward but demand precision and quick reflexes. You can charge up powerful shots, roll under enemy fire, and even use advanced techniques like double jumps and dodge rolls. Power-ups and weapon upgrades are scattered throughout the levels, giving you the firepower needed to take down the toughest enemies. And there you have it, guys. the ultimate list of the top 30 run-and-gun games for PlayStation 4. From retro-inspired gems to modern masterpieces, these games offer non-stop action and intense firefights. Whether you're a fan of classic side-scrollers like Contra Rogue Core, quirky indie hits like Broforce, or the relentless chaos of Ruiner, there's something here for every run-and-gun enthusiast. So, grab your controller, lock and load, and dive into these epic adventures. Oh, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment down below letting us know your thoughts, and of course, subscribe to our channel for more awesome content like this. See you in the next one.